Hi everyone, welcome to Tea Talks. Here we are again. Hopefully not as teary this week. I haven't been teary during the week. It has been a bit of a tough week though in terms of energy. But anyway, I've always got time to do my Tea Talks. While I can talk, I'll do Tea Talks. I want to thank everyone who has reached out this week too. It's just been overwhelming, the amount of messages and support and people who I haven't heard from in such a long time, and I just have not had the energy to respond to most of you, and I'm really sorry. There's been days where I haven't even been on my phone at all, haven't even played my words with friends. So things are crook if I'm not doing that. But I really appreciate all the beautiful messages, and a lot of people are wanting to visit, and I really appreciate that too, but I've really had to limit it to just very close friends at the moment because my energy levels are so low. I'm just not up to it at the moment. So hopefully we can get the energy sorted out, but I'm not sure if this is what it is now or not. But I do appreciate all the messages, and I understand that people do want to visit, but I haven't got it in me at the moment. It takes it out of me to talk and sit up. So but hopefully we can do something about the energy. I'm having a sleep assessment in it's meant to be in the next couple of weeks. It'll probably be tomorrow because Steph got onto them today. So you know what she's like. She's like a dog at a bone. So she's rung the hospital today and said this is getting urgent now because I just because of the lack of oxygen. So that is causing me to not sleep well and even just not be able to breathe during the day. So we just need to have this sleep assessment done to kind of sort out where we go from here. I had a lung function test on Monday, and that showed that my lungs are only working at 54% capacity. So now it all kind of makes sense as to why my fatigue levels have dropped so much. So basically, my lungs are only working at 54%. So I'm having to really work for all my breaths and stuff. So what might happen as a result of the sleep assessment is maybe I call it a BiPAP or a CPAP. I'm not sure which one, but one of those machines for overnight, which, I guess you do what you got to do. I'm resistant to all of that stuff that makes me look, I don't know. I'm just resistant to all of that stuff. But if you can't breathe, you can't breathe. So, and I think if I maybe even just used it overnight, I might feel like a lot better in the morning, like not waking up tired. And because I've honestly just not even had energy to do anything other than get off the couch, to even get off the couch. I've just got nothing. So hopefully we can do something about that. I have had some really nice visits from people this week, which has been lovely. And I got a beautiful bunch of flowers from my team at work, and a few other nice things, chockies and wine and stuff, which was really, really lovely. And one of the girls dropped that in, and she was here for a couple of hours, so I really enjoyed that. And another visit from a friend who brought some lunch around. So I've had, I've still had visits and stuff, and I'm seeing people, but I'm not really leaving the house because I just, I can't manage it. What else am I doing? I just need to put my glasses on for a moment because, don't worry, it's just Ebony calling me. She'll have to wait. I thought there was something wrong with the video. When I went to the hospital, because my breathing my lung function is low, they talked to me about getting a peg in for feeding. So it's like a little tube in my tummy. to feed me if I'm going to need that down the track. I don't need it at the moment because I can still eat, but and I may not need it, but because my lung capacity is so low at the moment, I'm at the point where they probably won't operate. I don't even know if they will operate now, but it's a surgery to do, so they said I would need to get it now, or I may not have that option down the track. So I just said send the referral off and I'll have a think about it, because like I had brekkie with Max the other day, my son, and he said to me, it's really full circle, isn't it, Mum? And I'm like, yeah, it is, because my Jack used to be tube fed, so I'm quite familiar with that. Ebony was with me at that appointment, and they're like, oh, do you want us to send off to the peg nurse to talk to you? And Ebony was like, this ain't our first rodeo. We know we know all about pegs, so we don't need to have a lesson in that. But I don't know, I'm not sure that I want, because to start with, it's like probably about 15 centimetre tube that hangs from your tummy, and then after a couple of months they turn it into like a little button, which is a bit more discreet. But I remember with Jack, like, it just got stuck on everything, and I don't know. And I don't know how much intervention I want. Like, I'm starting to have to make decisions about that as well. Yeah, so big week as far as having to make decisions. They made an appointment for me, I think it's not this Monday coming, but the following Monday, to go and see a dietitian and the nurse and stuff anyway. So I'll go and chat and see what happens. I've also had the OT out this morning to look at my apartment to see whether it is practical for me to stay here. So I think what we've worked out, it's practical so long as I'm not bed bound. If I'm bed bound, the options are not really not great. I can get like a bigger, like a bed that kind of lifts me up and all that stuff. And it's the little things, but like, I've just spent a shit ton on linen sheets and doona covers and all of that. I've bought 3 sets because I'm rich, and the bed only comes in a single or a king, and then the king is 2 singles anyway joined together. So I'm like, well, that's not going to work, because I love my linen sheets. I think I'm real fancy with my linen sheets. But also the practicalities of like getting a hoist in my room, and then they were talking about taking the shower door off and putting a bidet or whatever they are in, and I'm just like having anxiety while she's talking to me, because I'm not someone who wants to bother the landlord with anything at all. So anyway, but how it's designed, like my bedroom and bathroom and stuff, it's going to be quite tricky. Even with modifications that they've talked about to get me in and out of there. So I guess the tricky thing is that you don't really know if I'm going to be bedbound, or if I'm, like if I'm going to need that. So it's sort of tricky as to whether we move ahead with the Hope Island place, or whether we stay here and just worry about it when the time comes. I don't know. Yeah, and then she talked to me about wheelchairs, and they're ugly. Right, they're ugly. You just got the big headrest thing, and like, if I want an electric one, which I don't necessarily like, it won't go in my car if I get the one that I need, because I need one with a bit of a tilt back because of my breathing, and yeah, just I'm not really ready for that yet, so I think we might just keep the one that we've got. I did agree to a recliner. I didn't tell them, but I'm going to be putting it on my balcony, so that's the only reason I agreed to it. So it's just between us, but my balcony is sort of partly undercover, so I think it'll be fine. If we get a lot of rain, I don't know, I'll just buy a tarp. But I think it will be more comfortable for me sitting on the balcony. I've got like a throne on the balcony, which is this old chair that I've done up, and I've had it for probably 6 or 7 years, and I love it, but I got in it the other day and I couldn't get out, so Sammy had to kind of lift me out of it. So that's probably what's made me think, oh yeah, a recliner would be good, and I could put that where my throne is, and it wouldn't muck up the aesthetics of my apartment. It would just be on the balcony with my outdoor setting. So that's probably what I'll do there. Yeah, so a lot of things are happening, a lot of big things happening, and it's sort of confronting and overwhelming, and you know, like planning for worst case scenario, which I don't know. I think I wanted to skip the worst case scenario. I don't really want to be the person that's lying in bed, not able to do anything, or having to be hoisted out, and all of that stuff. So yeah, I agreed to carers coming. So they were meant to come tomorrow, but Sammy ended up having tomorrow off, so I cancelled it. And then I agreed to one come on Tuesday and Thursday, and then they talked me into having them for 3 hours. So then straight away so I agreed to that. And then straight after that, like I had a friend say, oh, we can pick you up on Tuesday and take you here and do this. And, you know, and I was like, shit, like I hate being locked into this. This is what I hate about the carer. I don't care if they come and shower me now. Like I'm probably pretty okay with that. I hate having to be committed to a time. I hate that. Because I'm just not that person. I hate being like, I hate that, because I'll get caught like, and none of my friends are like that either. They're like, oh, we're coming past, you want to pop in, or you want to go for like 6 a.m, do you want to go for coffee at 7 a.m? Yes, I do, and off I go. And if I've got a carer coming, you know, just mucks it all up. So I don't know, we'll just wait and see. Steph's coming back up in a few weeks, so it might just be an interim kind of thing. But yeah, it's just, I don't know if they'll ever end up starting the way I'm going, because there's always something that I've got on that I need to cancel them. But anyway, we'll see. I have had really still enjoying Survivor. How good is it? Can they please vote Sandra out? Oh my God, what are they doing? They haven't voted her out yet. It's crazy. How good is she? Like, we just sit here and like, ooh, she's scary. Sammy and I sit and watch it together, and Ebony watches it from her place, but messages constantly through it. So we're like, oh, I can't believe that's happened. Or yeah, so it's been really good. We've really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed the Grace team and Brittany Higgins press club interview yesterday too. I've just sat and watched it in full here today. This is what you get to do when you're retired. You have time to do this. You don't just get to see the little snippets in the news. And I tell you something else that brought me joy, and it was a couple of weeks ago, but I forgot to mention it last week, was one of the girls got a tattoo as a tribute to me. A massive, like it's about, I don't know, this big, on the back of her arm. And it's an eagle, because one of the Thereseisms, I have lots of Thereseisms, is it's hard to soar like an eagle when you're surrounded with turkeys. And she got an eagle, which I loved. It just, I shed a little tear at that. I was just, to think that that's how much she thinks of me, that she went and got a big kick-ass tattoo. Just amazing. And I love her anyway. She's, you know, she's like a daughter to me. So, but that just made me so happy to think that someone would think that much of me, that they would do that. It's really lovely. Yeah. So, what else have I got to tell you? It really hasn't been a very eventful week, because it's been on the couch. Yeah. So, I've just had a 2-hour appointment with the OT actually. So that was a big one, where she measured everything up and was like, it's going to be hard. Like, suggested that I move into Max's room, and I'm just like, nah, that's not going to work. It's not going to work. And then she was like, keep the hoists on the balcony, and, you know, your shower commode on the balcony. I'm like, nah, it's not going to work either. I'm not allowed to do that here. So anyway, she's gone away to have a long, hard think about things. Yeah, I don't know. Funny, not funny. Yeah, it's hard because it's all unknown. Like, I just don't know. At the moment, I'm fine here, but I just don't know if I may not ever not be able to walk, you know, like, I'm not sure. So, I don't know. Just have to wait and see. Let it all play out. Yeah. So, anyway, that's about it for me this week. It's not a very long one again. Just thank you everyone for your lovely messages, and yeah, and I'm really sorry that I haven't been able to respond to you, but I don't know, it's really hard to describe the fatigue. It is just crippling. The energy, really crippling. Yeah, and it sucks not being able to breathe properly either. But anyway, alrighty, I will let you go. Nice to chat with you all, and I'll see you next week. Bye.